I'm just back from MoMA in New York City, where I took in the Ruth Asawa show. I had such fun exploring her work and really took a lot away from the show. I am now going to take some of that inspiration and channel it into some journal pages of my own, and I invite you to join me. So let's talk about Ruth Asawa. She was born in 1926 in Norwalk, California, to Japanese immigrants. She and her family were taken to the internment camps during World War II. However, she was able to create her art practice even in those conditions. She began doing daily sketches. Later, she studied at Black Mountain College with Joseph Albers and other real legends, and is known for her wire sculptures, as you can see here, her drawings, her public art, and art education advocacy. Some of her core values are simplicity, repetition, and attention to the art in everyday life. The exhibit was really inspirational, and I was particularly drawn to some of the botanical drawings, which really focus on the contour lines, the negative space, and the rhythm, repetition, and confident line. Some of her negative space images are particularly strong. And as the wire sculptures show, the negative space and the shadows become part of the work itself. So before we start to make our own art, let's take a look at the exhibit book for some further inspiration. So one of the things that I was really struck by in the exhibit was her line drawings and botanicals. They're just very meditative and beautiful, a real focus on shape, but also a nice use of line. And apparently she continued to sketch and draw well into later in life. She was an avid gardener and would often draw from her garden, which is really neat. So I was very inspired. These are really neat. They're actually quite large, and seeing them in the exhibit was very inspiring. So I thought I might do not a master study of this particular one, but a line drawing of a recent bouquet in my life. I actually am going to be working from a photograph that I took of the flower arrangement at my mom's memorial service. So come with me, and that is the first thing we'll do as a kind of tribute to Ruth Asawa and trying to capture some of the spirit of all that she had done in our sketchbooks. Okay. So I don't think it's possible to come away from the exhibit without being affected or moved in some way by her beautiful sculptures. They are just so incredible, suspended in space, the beautiful forms, the way that they double back on each other. So I decided I wanted to do something in my sketchbook that was, something reminiscent of those meditative shapes that she had. So I decided to get out my gouache and do a spread in my sketchbook. really focusing on those organic shapes. And you'll see I get into the shadows and to different aspects of the light, and also the real focus on negative space, which is something that was something that she came back to again and again. So I feel like some of this is a little bit like a Rex Ray type shape. I wonder if they knew each other. I mean, that's something that actually I was talking to my sister yesterday, and we were sort of speculating on whether they knew each other. He was, of course, psychedelic colors, and she was much more sort of neutral wire sculptures, but there is something about the way that they come back to shape that I think is really interesting. I should note that I discovered a new artist that actually brought me back to Rex Ray. I've gone through phases where I've been quite obsessed with his work, but Cherie Burlington, if you have not checked out her channel yet, I do recommend it. She is a gel print artist, and she's based in New Hampshire, which of course makes me love her immediately, as that is my native state. She has some really incredible, just wonderful videos talking about gel plate printing and actually her life. She tells a great story, and she's really fun to watch and listen to. Great to have on while you are making. And she did a couple of videos about Rex Ray and using gel printing technology to kind of create base papers that then she incorporated into collage. So if you have any interest in expanding your knowledge and meeting a couple of other YouTubers, definitely check out Cherie's page. I have been very pleased to meet her through YouTube. You know, some people say that you can never meet people on social media, but I don't know. I think you can. I also actually this week decided to give gel printing a try. I did not make a video about it because I don't know what I am doing. And I thought that would be very dull to watch me try to figure this out on camera. But definitely fun to watch her stuff. So if you get a chance, check it out. And I will keep you posted on my adventures in gel printing. Because I can see that it's going to be very quickly very addictive. Also, just to note, like, it's more supplies once again. Making emergency trips to Blick in the middle of the day. You know, what are you going to do? This is the life we lead. So yeah, and actually, now that I'm looking at this, this was recorded earlier, and I'm doing a little voiceover on it. Watching me do this work, I'm kind of thinking I might have to make some stencils and masks that are in these shapes, because that could make some really, really interesting gel plate prints. So anyway, a little bit of an aside there, but it's all part of the creative process and what I've been thinking about this week. And Cherie, if you're watching, hello. And I'm looking forward to making some gel prints that you're proud of. One of the facts about Ruth that I think is really material is that she had 6 children. And sometimes I think about that and I think, goodness, I have like nothing to complain about. I mean, sometimes it's really hard for me to find the time. I don't know about you guys. If you have a trick for making time to be sure that you get some art in every day, please comment below. Let me know what it is. I'm just astonished by her productivity and the fact that she was able to lead such a creative life and never really had her home life distract or take away from I don't know. To be clear, I don't know the details. But, I think it's really incredible that she was able to sort of integrate her creativity and her life in such an amazing way. And so, I don't know, just something to think about. I realized as I was editing that I had done most of this video at my kitchen table for a variety of reasons. And I didn't have a ton of time this week to make a video. And so this will have to do. And that's okay. And I think that's sort of the spirit of YouTube, is to try to accomplish what you can in the time that you have, and not be too worried if it's not perfect. I mean, clearly this spread is not the most perfect thing ever, but it's a nice way to kind of memorialize or remember a great day out in Midtown, and to bring back some of the spirit of the exhibition and to think about this incredible artist, and to throw some paint around. I might just leave this here. In some ways I could keep going, but I feel like I'm kind of ready to move on. Ooh, I got a little edges on here, but that's okay. I like it. I'm kind of digging it. It's got the forms. It's got some interesting color contrast, a real emphasis on negative space, which is exactly what I was going for. And I had such a great day. So this was really, I think I did it. I think I'm done. I'm going to turn the page. Thanks for watching.